Niger has got her pulse back. Now you can call from your campus and from over 500 other campuses at 11 copies per second all day to any network, plus lots of other awesome benefits. Dial *406#. Step into the pulsing zone. It's MTN iPulse, baby. Back, bigger, and better. Awesome P.
MTN. Everywhere you go.
Fellow Nigerians, as we enter a new year, let us talk Nigerian to Nigerian. Many of you believe that something is wrong with Nigeria. Many of you have given up. You think this country can never be good, can never get better. And so you forgive politicians for stealing and for mediocrity. Because you say to yourselves, they are all thieves. They are all selfish, and nothing will change. But is that really true? It is not. Many people ask me, why am I running for office again? And I ask them, what has changed since I began this mission? Can you honestly, truly say to yourself that our country has changed for the better? Are our children safe when they go to school? Are our parents safe when we leave them at home? Is the naira in your bank account of greater value today than it was 4 years ago? I am Muhammad Buhari. I am urging you to have your PVC, and on election day, you go peacefully and vote and make sure your vote count. Thank you very much.
Glad to have you join us again on Core Digest West. There's a lot of issues to talk about. I'm not sure we have enough time to do that. But I'm still here with veteran public affairs analyst, affairs analyst, Sam Olisa, joining us today. Thank you very much for joining us. All right, let's start very quickly with the recent discoveries we got from INEC. 68.8 million eligible to vote, 30 million PVCs yet to be collected, 130,000 card readers already deployed. You recall earlier INEC also saying that as at January 7, about 38 million PVCs have been distributed after the 54 millions that they have received. Now, there's a little disparities we have in the number of registered voters for 2015, lesser, I believe, than what we had in 2011. But let's hear from the horse's mouth himself. He disclosed to journalists on the sidelines of a press briefing with representatives of registered political parties in Abuja, I believe yesterday, where he also confirmed the 130,000 card readers being deployed. And on funding, yet again, once again, Atahiru Jega confirms that the funds required for the 2015 general election have been released by government. Let's hear from him.
In line with the provisions of the law, the Commission has just announced the publication of the register of voters that will be used for the February 2015 general elections. And from the presentation that was made, the total number of registered voters for the elections is 68,833,476. INEC has always said that it is preparing to conduct elections in all the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital, including the 3 Northeast states experiencing the challenge of insurgency. In these 3 states, there are areas that are occupied by insurgents. And obviously, it stands to reason, and this is something we have said consistently, elections are unlikely to take place in these areas. But that does not mean that we will not conduct elections in these 3 states or that we have doubts about conducting elections in these 3 states. And I think it's very, very important that this distinction is made.
Professor Tahiru Jagat there, chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, coming up with a figure of 68.8 million registered voters. I want to assume that the continuous registration exercise has officially closed, because the last time we heard of him, he was talking about as at 7th January, but now he's confirmed the number of registered voters ahead 2015 elections. Let's start from here. Compare this figure to what we had in 2011, about 73 million. What happened? Do we have dwindling in the number of population of Nigerians, or the interest in voting suddenly dropped?
No. What I think happened here was, don't forget when the PVC started, there was enough publicity. They're telling people that those that double register will be prosecuted. You know, and I think this must have informed that a lot of people did not register twice.
Okay.
Because before, people in Lagos will register in Lagos, their parents will also register them in their home states. But because of that threat, because of that publicity, I think for the first time, double registration has reduced considerably. I didn't say it is totally wiped out. There will still be some cases. So I think that must have accounted for the lower figure. From 73 million in 2011 to 68.8 million.
It's all right.
That is okay if they can distribute the PVC. If this 68.8 million can vote, or if you can have 90% or 80% turnout, or even 70% turnout.
That's very unlikely, because in 2011,
or even 70% turnout,
when we had 73 million registered voters, the number of actual votes was within the rate of 38 to 40 million.
Yes. But this time around, people are really
interested. And you think they will go out?
I think so.
There are issues as regards the use of TVCs and PVCs. You recall our earlier caller, Zebede from Aba. He called yesterday, promised that he was still going to go on again to try. He registered with his wife in the same place, but eventually he could not get the PVC, but he has the TVC. Just yesterday, a resolution was also passed at the floor of the House of Representatives that why should INEC insist on PVCs if it can't provide the PVCs, and there are people who have their TVCs. What are your thoughts along this line?
Yes, I think there's still time. Election is a month's time to today. Today is 14th of January. The election kicks off by 14th of February. INEC will not own up now, or will not accept now, that if you don't get PVC, you can use TVC. People will relax. You will not go and collect. For instance, I sitting here, I register in Ondo State, and I'm going to vote in Ondo State. My PVC is ready. That has been confirmed. But I have not collected. I asked nobody. I said nobody should collect it on my behalf.
I'm not even sure anyone can do that.
I'm going there to collect my own. So that's why I feel that policy statement made by Jega is strategic. Because if he accepts right now that you can use PVC, a lot of people will just relax, do not go and collect that PVC. And I think INEC is watching what will happen maybe a week to the election. Now they've collected, as on the 7th, they've collected how many? About 38 million.
They have distributed about 38 million PVCs.
So, and you know Nigerians, you know us. People will start rushing towards the end of it. I think people will collect their PVCs. PVCs will be distributed. For instance, in Lagos State, it has been decentralized. That is good news. So people should go out, because every vote counts. This is the time your vote counts. This is the time you can influence who you want to rule you. This is the time you can influence the policy. So I think there's still time within the next 2 weeks. When INEC comes with update, you will see significant development.
It's all right. Let's open the phone lines. Let's hear your PVC story. Let's find out if you've gotten it, and if you have intentions to go out that day to vote. Another issue of notice here is elections in Northeast Nigeria. The last time Mr. President met with governors, the resolution was we have to conduct elections. But you hear the INEC chairman say elections might not of, definitely won't hold in local governments under the siege of Boko Haram. But how do you see all of this taking place? Because at this time now, we might not have the luxury of the Nigerian army that we used in Ekiti State.
Yeah, you're right. I think elections will hold. It's not every part of those states that are occupied by the Boko Haram. He said it, Jega said it, that it cannot hold election in areas occupied. It's enemy territory. You don't go there, anything can happen. You cannot guarantee security.
Okay.
So, and I think they will not cancel election outrightly in those states.
Okay.
Elections will still hold. Don't forget that the metropolis like Maiduguri has heavy population, or like the small villages, towns that are annexed by Boko Haram.
Okay.
So majority will still vote. In Yobe, Damaturu, the other day was under attack, but the Nigerian army quickly went there to secure Damaturu, where we have the population. Yola, we have the population. So when election still holds in the major cities in this area,
Okay.
it will represent the behavior, the population. So once that is done, it is still reflected.
Hello?
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Welcome to Call Digest.
Hello?
We're with you. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Abuja.
Abuja, what's your name, sir?
Yes, my name is Badume.
I didn't get that.
My name is Badume.
Badume.
Yes.
Okay, Badume is calling from Abuja. Go ahead with your contribution, Badume.
Thank you very much. What I just want to say, if Fayose, because he's a governor today, he can abuse Obasanjo anyhow. Sometimes we will leave that thing. And those people who are very senior to it, we abuse him. Obasanjo is not his name. Now he has turned Obasanjo as enemy. But what we are saying is that if he thinks that he can abuse Obasanjo because he's the governor today, tomorrow he will leave that thing and those ones that are not to me abuse him. Thank you.
Have you gotten your PVC yet, Badume?
Yes, I've got it. I've got mine.
Okay,
I've got it. Yes.
beautiful. Good to hear from you. Thank you.
And another thing I want to tell you. Tell those people who are ringing. Hello?
I'm with you, Badume. I'm with you.
Those people who are telephoning from Anambra or Imo or anything, they cannot say the mind of. They are not talking of their own side. They are talking of Obasanjo is not representing Southwest. They is not talking Obasanjo is not representing their Southeast. It should focus on their Southeast and not on Southwest. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Good to hear from you. The last distribution, the last statistics released by INEC as regards the distribution of the PVC, we realized that the northwestern part of Nigeria had over 12 million PVCs already distributed, followed by southwest 6 million, and then we had south-south before southeast. Does that tell any story at all?
No, I think INEC has been working assiduously registering voters, not just before the 2011 election. So, and maybe because that is the first time they're releasing PVC, that's why the figures are like that. Because the crisis have not allowed INEC to release PVC in that northwest before now.
Okay.
However, having said that, I think it's the number of registered voters that INEC is releasing.
Okay.
So we should not be sentimental about that.
Yet.
We should take it as it were.
Okay.
Because the PVC, they said is you cannot register twice. The fingerprints are there. So.
And now we have the card reader. It looks like
it's also there.
we're getting close to electronic voting in Nigeria. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I want to contribute.
Turn down the volume of your TV set. Can you do that?
Yes.
I'm waiting. Turn down the volume of your TV.
Hello?
Can you turn down the volume of your TV set?
Okay, I'm out of the range.
All right, beautiful. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Itafaji, Lagos Island.
Lagos Island. What's your name?
Yeah, Itafaji. I'm Aji122.
Ajiyo Tutu.
Yes, from Itafaji in Lagos Island.
Okay, Lagos Island. Ajiyo Tutu. Go ahead with your contribution, please.
Yeah. Hello?
I'm with you. Go ahead with the contribution. Aji Otutu.
Yeah, yes. You see, the INEC cannot prepare. All this, they have a way of going about it. Yes. BBC. Hello, am I on the line?
You're on the line, but I'm afraid you're listening to yourself on TV.
Saying, the INEC are just doing shoddy jobs. All these things they are just saying it's shoddy job. My son has just been disfranchised. Even to get the PVC was just I think that was a battlefield. Even a young boy who's just going to exercise his franchise for the first time, civic responsibility. They couldn't get a third party funding, but to get that one, his name was misspelled, so that he said he could not go back there again to go and start shopping and doing all this thing. INEC has problems. They always wait to the last hour. That's the problem. All this, their computer was not working. It was the people around that were providing them with generators to do the job.
It's all right. Thank you very much for your contribution, Aji Otutu. I believe you made your point there. There are quite appalling and at times readable comments, experiences rather, from concerned Nigerians who just wanted to vote, who wanted to register. We keep hearing from INEC that they are well funded. They have gotten funding from federal government. Don't you think that somebody should take responsibility after all of this exercise? Somebody should be brought to the table.
Of course.
And of course, dance to the music for all of the wrongs that have taken place.
The chairman should be able to take responsibility because he's been speaking to us confidently. I am not INEC, and I don't work for INEC, but I also feel that Nigerians too, we don't take things seriously until the last hour. So that's why I'm not against INEC, by INEC insisting that it's only PVC they want to use to vote. So people can go out
to get it,
to collect their PVC. Once they collect, it may be a few days to the election, then INEC cannot come up with another solution, the logistic solution that we have distributed 90% of the PVC. So those of you don't have, you can use your TVC. But if they say that now, a lot of people will relax. Nigerians many people want to drink water. They want somebody else to bring the glass of water and put it in their mouth.
But
let's go out.
Wouldn't the use of TVC at all compromise the integrity of this new technology?
Well, you are right. Because if we insist on PVC, and at the end of the day, we are still using TVC, that integrity has been compromised. Well, that is why I say let's see what turns out a week to the election.
It's all right. Let's take this call. Good morning and welcome to Call Digest. Good morning, are you there?
Hello? Hello?
Welcome to Call Digest.
Good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Idris.
Shiji?
Idris.
Idris from where?
From Suleja, Niger State.
All right, from Suleja, Niger State. Go ahead with the contribution, Idris.
I want to know about this PVC that... Hello?
I'm with you. You need to turn down the volume of your TV set so that we can do without the feedback delay. Are you there?
Yeah.
Turn down the volume of your TV set, Idris, so I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Hello?
I'm afraid I'm going to have to yank you off. I need you to turn down the volume of your TV when you call in so that...
He's not talking.
I mean, you know, they are talking, but unfortunately, we have callers that hear themselves again on TV, so it gets them confused whether they are on or not. So when you call in, endeavor to turn down the volume of your TV so that we can hear you clearly. Let's keep the conversation on telephone. What way forward at this time, the role that the electorate particularly must play? Because we've heard many complaints. People say, I wake up early in the morning, I've been there for a week, I've been disappointed, I'm so tired, if I play certain claims for you now, there are people who categorically said, I'm no longer interested. Do you think it's worth giving up on?
No, well, it's not worth giving up because You see, it's every 4 years. Once you miss it now, it's under 4 years' time. You have no cause to complain. I think people should persevere. Let's use that, take that as our own price that we pay. But at the same time, INEC should be up and doing. Up and doing in the way they are distributing the PVC.
Okay.
It should be decentralized. I think that of Lagos State have been decentralized. Then the National Assembly too, they've done something good. They have shown us a direction that INEC will tow, but that will not be the best. If we have PVC and we are now going to mix it with TVC, then that purpose of all the expedition of PVC, all the logistic of PVC is defeated.
All the integrity of the card reader that we're banking on.
Exactly. So INEC should be up and doing. They should work more hours at this time.
Okay, let's take
particularly
this
now
call.
that it's only 1 month to the election.
Good morning. Welcome to Call Digest.
Good morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Ismail from Sokoto State.
Ismail from Sokoto. Have you gotten your permanent voter card?
Yes.
Congratulations. Now contribute. Go ahead with the contribution.
I want to contribute on issue of former president, Olusegun Obasanjo.
Okay.
Former president is a father for Nigerians. All the political in Nigeria, they have right to visit him, to visit him as a father of the nation. Secondly, issue of people are saying Obasanjo is not supporting good luck on behalf of because of he doesn't achieve his aim. I myself am putting supporting that issue. The reason why what I think about Obasanjo issue is that when Obasanjo is the president of Nigeria as PDP, he doesn't have a crisis in that 1999. So PDP they don't have political crisis as a good luck regime. So I believe I want everybody to know if you have a child, when you die, or if I get old, your child can never bear your name. You have to show your child. Okay, for good luck. Obasanjo is the father is the PDP. Oh, good luck is not doing well in the PDP. That is why Obasanjo is angry. Obasanjo is an old man. What the people are expecting Obasanjo from good luck? Obasanjo have already ruled this country twice. So he did a lot of things. So we appreciate Mr. Obasanjo for his regime. If you could not manage his regime after Obasanjo left, people are not worrying about PDP issue. So Obasanjo is right. So welcome any political in this country. And he's a man that people know is doing the regime well.
Okay.
People good luck are doing well. People are not complaining. Why? Because Nigeria, we have problems in this our country. And also, at least, I want to appeal to INEC people. If you state INEC, you should count their votes. And before Professor Alhaji Tega announced the winner of the 2016, may Almighty Allah to save us from this violence really for Nigeria. Please, INEC to do the sincere. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much for your contribution all the way from Sokoto. Does it amaze you at all? Is it a case of a prophet is not adored in his hometown? Everyone from northern Nigeria seems to salute the former president as the man.
No.
But then when we come back at home, the story
Let's look at
different.
one fact. You see, Obasanjo is a type of president that built bridges. Take it or leave it. He's a completely detribalized leader.
Okay.
He's 80 years in government. He was fighting with his people more. So he built bridges across, even to the southeast, even to the south-south. Don't forget, even when the south-south, when they were in the creek, were fighting, he brought in Goodluck Jonathan as vice president. I told them, your brother is the vice president. Why are you still fighting? So you cannot take that out of him. It is not now that the man is saying his mind. He has a right to say his mind, that people will now begin to call him names. No. Look at his records from the beginning. He built bridges. What we need in Nigeria are presidents that build bridges across to the other regions. Not president that recoils and say this is our time.
It's all right.
Hello.
Let's check this call out. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is Nasamu from Ilorin.
What's your name again?
Nasamu.
Nasamu from Ilorin.
Yeah.
Nasamu, have you gotten your PVC?
Yeah, I got in my...
Congratulations. Go ahead with your contribution.
My contribution on the General Olusegun Obasanjo's issue is, you see, Olusegun Obasanjo, people forget one thing. They forget that General Olusegun Obasanjo, during Abacha regime, he criticized Abacha's government. The same thing, he criticized IBB's government.
Okay.
Nobody is talking about that. But now, because it is Jonathan, they now said, because he fall out. Olusegun Obasanjo is another statesman today. Either you take it or you leave it. He's a man of the people. He has his own side of the bad side too. But Obasanjo is the kind of person that he will never keep quiet. Even during his government, whatever you do, you say it in the place, you will not even keep quiet. You say it. So, and that is the kind of leader we want. We want a leader who will checkmate the current government, because things cannot be going the way it is. God bless Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution, Nasamu from Ilorin. Well, beyond all of this now, the question is, does this man at the center of the picture, does he still carry the political weight? Does he still have the political relevance that counts? Because what counts now is the number of votes.
Which one at the center?
The former president is. He has always been at the center of the picture, on the front of the nation.
Okay. Any day, any time, Obasanjo is relevant in Nigerian politics.
Okay.
Any day, any time. Why are they all visiting him? It's because he's relevant. Don't let us deceive ourselves. He's very, very relevant.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to Call Digest.
Yes, I'm Comrade Olariwaju Ishogo from Ilorin.
Oh, good to have you back on the show, Comrade. Please go ahead with a contribution.
Actually, I want to register my take based on the ongoing campaign in Nigeria environment.
Okay.
And this is an eye-opener for the politicians, that they need to remember the promises they have made. Because by now, one can see that Nigerians are taking issue against Mr. President simply because he has made a lot of promises in 2011 fulfilled. On this account is a reference to the current politicians that they are making series of promises. If the electorate can have the hand to ensure that they hold the politicians responsible against what they have promised, at the end of the day, if they fail to do that, they are going to vote them out. That is good, which I believe is what is currently happening to Mr. President now. The talent of where you have, at least I was in Ondo, I was in Osun State yesterday, and I can see the reactions of people that it goes beyond religious sentiment. It goes beyond their ethnicity palasa. So if we can take the root by the horn, that whoever involved, once you fail to meet up the journey of the people, they need to vote out. On a final note, I want to talk about the preparation of INEC. I said it in one of our local media last week that INEC has not justified the expectations of the people because they have enjoyed this, that they did not do anything. Now they want to intensify their efforts. But when you look at it as whole, you discover that large numbers of people are yet to receive their voters card, especially the people that just qualified to vote in this dispensation. I refer to people that just attained 18, 19, 20 now.
Okay.
Factually, 70% of them have not registered, and now the registration has closed. It shows the extent at which INEC has disenfranchised people. But nevertheless, having secured certain numbers, the best thing is to create a peaceful environment and allow the people to vote. Yet, we know the essence of the security need to work in tandem and ensure sure they create a peaceful environment for the people. The journey for the people now is to participate. There is going to be a mass participation. Unlike what has happened in 2011, we have of people stealing the polling booths. Now it requires mass participation of the people to come in. May God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Comrade Olaruwaju from Ilorin. Let's quickly turn our attention to the relevance of also having the teeming number of internally displaced Nigerians in northern Nigeria to participate in this election. Just yesterday, NEMA put the figure at over 900,000. Unconfirmed report says there are more people than that, not even within the country, displaced Nigerians outside the country. What relevance would it be to also involve these people practically in the ongoing electoral process?
Internally displaced people, IDP.
The IDPs.
INEC has said one way or the other, within Nigeria, they will vote.
Okay.
But I'm not sure of those outside Nigeria. In any situation, if you look at, my concern now is this 68.8 million. How much PVC can INEC distribute? Like you know, we cannot have 100% turnout. If we register 68.8 million and they are all able to get their PVC, and we have 60% turnout, that quite well represents the population. And whatever election, whatever outcome of the election, which is free and fair. If the election, don't forget I'm emphasizing free and fair, that represents the population. Then we should be talking of security during the election. I have, for the purpose of this, I've classified it to two. We have offensive and preventive. Are you with me?
I'm with you, sir.
Offensive security, the preventive. Offensive, to keep Boko Haram at bay in those states. You know, they have Boko Haram now, they have occupied some territories. During the election, the security must be offensive enough to keep them at bay so that they will not penetrate to where elections be going on. And for the whole country, preventive security. That is, we have to have security men on ground to avoid electioneering, practices, to avoid upheaval, to avoid ballot hijacking. So I think the Nigerian police, the Nigerian armed forces, everybody should, all hands should be on deck. Armed forces to take charge of the offensive security, while the police and other paramilitary order will take care of the preventive security.
Some have also questioned the role of political stakeholders in all of this. The recent violence that characterized the presidential campaigns, to recall the explosion at Rivers APC Secretariat, the burning down of 2 PDP buses. Unlike what was expected, we expected that the principals of these 2 political parties would come out to take responsibility. It was trade of words all the way.
Well, such things are expected. That's why I'm talking of preventive security. The police should take responsibility. It should be, any time there will be rallying or whatever, within that area and the surroundings and the axis, there should be adequate security before, during, and after. It's very key to this election. Very, very key. Now, if you look at it very well, if this election is free and fair, and every vote that votes counts, I think Nigeria will be a great country.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning, are you there?
Hello, good morning.
Oh, we have our first female caller. Welcome to Call Digest.
Good morning. This is Hidayat, calling from Suleja.
Hidayat from Suleja. How is Suleja this morning?
Fine, thank you. Please, I have been trying you since. So I just want to say something. Yes. Fine, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead, Hidayat.
My contribution is regarding government of APC State.
Okay.
So I don't know. I've not seen a Yoruba man who does not have respect for elders, like Governor Yofayo said before. I just pray God will spare all our lives to see him live older than the way he is now. Because you can't just imagine somebody who says the executive governor of a state insulting his elders. It's uncalled for. It's not right. Like yesterday, he came up displaying his school certificate. It should even be, it's too low for him as a governor of a state. He has a national diploma. He's busy displaying it. It's uncalled for. He is telling us that Buhari does not have WAEC certificate. When did WAEC come to Nigeria? Elders in his own state, do they have WAEC certificate? And that is that, by the way. But he should learn how to address elders.
Thank you very much, Idayat.
In the action for what the woman said.
Regarding that
Just a minute.
INEC should please, because as I'm talking to you now, I don't have permanent voter card.
Have you registered?
I've registered. I only have my temporary. I've been there time without number. Even the temporary, before I could get it, it was war. So I don't really know. They should please, they should help us. I believe Nigeria has released enough funds to them to be able to take care of everybody. So I see no reason why they should try to disfranchise us from voting.
They have also confirmed.
They should please do more. They should do more. We need our permanent voters card.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
While we hope they do more, we are also hopeful that Idayat will do more as regards not giving up on insisting on getting your PVC and make your voice count in the 2015 elections. You quickly want to react to that?
Yeah. You see, both ends, both political parties.
Did you see Fayoshe's comments in the opening remarks?
Yes.
Have you seen him? Did you see his comments?
The comment
Fayoshe's comment on the APC presidential candidate.
No, I didn't. But for what Idayat said, I think both sides, the PDP and the APC, they agree that in this campaign, electionary campaign, they should not be attacking persons. They should address issues. The electorates are watching. If you don't address issues and you start attacking persons, you are digging your grave.
We have to take a commercial break now, and we'll be back with more. Keep your calls coming after now. Don't go away.
Fellow Nigerians, as we enter a new year, let us talk Nigerian to Nigerian. Many of you believe that something is wrong with Nigeria. Many of you have given up. You think this country can never be good, can never get better, and so you forgive politicians for stealing and for mediocrity, because you say to yourselves, they are all thieves, they are all selfish, and nothing will change. But is that really true? It is not. Many people ask me, why am I running for office again? And I ask them, what has changed since I began this mission? Can you honestly, truly say to yourself that our country has changed for the better? Are our children safe when they go to school? Are our parents safe when we leave them at home? Is the naira in your bank account of greater value today than it was 4 years ago? I am Muhammad Buhari. I am urging you to have your PVC, and on election day, you go peacefully and vote and make sure your vote count. Thank you very much.
Welcome back. It's Call Digest Wednesday. The numbers to contact us for advertorial and commercial inquiries, I'm sure, is scrolling somewhere on your scroll bar. If you're patient enough for it, you say how to reach us on Core TV. These elections are on the way, and it's a good platform to let Nigerians know what you're vying for. It's a national platform, no doubt. That, of course, you can testify from the kind of feedback we get across the nation. Now, how can we exactly define issue-based campaign at this time? Because that was what Mr. President talked about when he was inaugurating his campaign organization. But over time, we've seen the issues of certificates, the issue of age, the issue of personalized issues characterizing the atmosphere of these ongoing campaigns. Would you also define that as issue-based at this time?
No, they are not issue-based. Issue-based are issues that affect the population, the ordinary man in the street. the issue of security, the issue of economy, the issue of infrastructure. You know, those are the issues we're discussing by now. Not the issue of somebody who does not remember his phone number, or somebody, you that graduated in the 80s displaying WAEC. There was no WAEC. There was no such thing when Buhari entered military school. Those are not issues. So, and I think when it comes to national debate, that's the point of no return, where issues will come up.
Okay.
So, if we're going to campaign, for God's sake, we should face the issue. Like, for instance, if you ask me if I'm going to manage Nigerian economy, I mean, and I'm contesting for presidency, we are now at the very critical junction where the oil price has fallen. You should ask me how am I going to maneuver.
Just a minute. Let's take this
Those
call.
are issue based.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Welcome to Call Digest.
Good morning. My name is Sharif. I'm calling from Ilorin.
What's the name?
Sharif from Ilorin.
Sharif from Ilorin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sharif, you have 1 minute. Go ahead with your contribution.
Okay. I only want to shed a light on the issue of INEC. I think at this time, INEC has a lot to do concerning in order not to disenfranchise people from voting. You know, the fact remains that some people have not get their PVC. INEC should allow them to use their temporary voter cards in order not to be disenfranchised. And again, on the issue of displacement, they should find a solution to those people so that they'll be able to exercise their rights during the voting period. And again, the issue of security that will be used during the time of election and that of coppers that will be used, they should find a means so that those people vote with respect to wherever they are, so that they have that opportunity of being part of election in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sherry, for your contribution from Ilorin.
I think everybody is speaking with one voice.
Exactly.
Including both of us here. That INEC should work harder. Should find a means of distributing these PVCs. Even if it matters, they can decentralize like they've done in Lagos, do it in other states, you know, so that people will get their PVC.
We have to wrap up now.
Yeah.
We'll just take a couple of more calls, but I want you to wrap it up by telling us what are those factors that you think would determine the result of this February election. Mr. Adebiyi, from where?
From Lagos.
From Lagos. Mr. Adebiyi, you have 1 minute. Go ahead with the contribution.
Thank you. Good morning there.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to Call Digest.
Okay, thank you. You see, I just wanted to chip in about this Governor Fayoshe.
Okay.
If you reason to that name, you will know that the name is coming at the background. It's coming from where it was not supposed to come. That guy himself. Please, we need to warn the man called Fayoshe. We need to warn him.
Is it Governor Fayoshe?
If he wants to be a thug in his own state, let him be. He should stop blah on Obasanjo. Obasanjo has never his mate. And he should stop messing up. Hearing about certificate about, what do they call Buhari? He should stop it. He's behaving like a nuisance. And I believe right from his childhood, he must be, I'm sorry to have come to this level. Please, I'm sorry. We Yorubas, we used to say one thing, that
Interpret.
Somebody on the board can help me translate it. Thank you very much.
Can you imagine? You left me to
How
translate
much
that
are you
one for
going to pay me if I interpret it?
We have to
I
wrap
think
up this show.
The man spoke from his heart. He's not happy.
What are those factors that you think
Yes.
would matter as we count down to the
Issues. Because this election, you see, this very election should be addressed on issues. More than ever before, the security situation in Nigeria is very fragile.
Okay.
It's terrible. These are issues to be addressed. You should ask each presidential candidate, what would they do when they get in there? Then the economy is very key, because the major factor in our economy is the crude oil. Crude oil price has crumbled in the international market. The economy is key, because if you cannot address this issue, you are not worthy to rule for the next 4 years. For instance, let me give you an example. When the international price went as far as $147 per barrel, we were selling, the pump price in Nigeria was 97 naira. And the government assured us that don't worry, we are importing products because of the international price. Now that it has fallen below $50, going to around $45, we are still buying gasoline, that is the PMS 97. That is criminal. The government should be taking head on. Why are we still buying fuel at filling stations for 97 naira per liter? What is going on? So these are issues that affect the life of ordinary Nigerians, and this is why Nigerians are clamoring they want to vote.
I say. Sam Daisy Olisa is my resource person on the show today. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
And we hope that you also find time to join us yet again.
Okay.
We had quite a number of calls. Badume from Abuja, Aji Yotutu from Lagos Island, Idris from Suleja, Ismail from Sokoto, Nasamu called in from Ilori, Idiat from Suleja, Sharif from Ilori, Adebi from Lagos. We had Dan Kulikuli, who was my first caller, called in from Kaduna, Abdul from Sokoto, Joseph called in from Enugu, and we had Zebede from Aba, who also shared his experience as regards his PVC. Congratulations, your wife got it, but then we're also hopeful that you would also get a miracle before February 14. Larry called in from Odo and Comrade Olariwaju from Ilori. Well, the proverb for the day, they say, Ikunjo gede, ikun ready. And Adebi, you wanted me to interpret. Well, let's hope that somebody will interpret that tomorrow, because I'm not in the interpreting mood right now. That's it on the show today. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Stick around for the top of the hour news. Don't forget, we can't pick all the calls, but you can follow us on Twitter. It's at Call Digest Live. Thank you very much for watching.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical, women being so powerful yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on Core TV News.